to our newest video. What if Naruto was born stronger than the... This is going to be a real interesting one. I do not know how I'm going to play it out. Naruto's stronger. This is going to be a real interesting one. I really wonder. I got to make sure that the first Hokage, I got to put the storyline right. Gonna be a lot that I got to put in right. So I'm gonna make everything right, and let's go into the video. The first Hokage. Let me restart. This one your classic day with Minato Uzumaki and Kushina. It's Kushina Uzumaki, and I do not know, I forgot Minato's last name, I'm sorry. But Minato's last name, and then they are the two strongest. Minato is the fourth Hokage. They decided to have the baby, Naruto Uzumaki, in a sealing chamber, secret, so nobody will harm their child. Then Kushina has her baby after a couple of hours. She finally has her baby. Then a masked man comes out of nowhere, tries to steal Naruto, has Naruto. Then Minato gets Naruto back. Then gets Naruto. Then they go outside, and then Minato puts him in a safe place. Then Kushina asks to go with her son. Then she goes, and then Minato lets her go with him, knowing that it will be the best. Knowing it would be the best for them all. Lets them go. Then Minato gets his outfit on, gets out from the closet, gets his outfit, and it's time. It's time to go. He goes crazy. He about to go crazy. Minato puts on his famous Hokage outfit, leaves the chamber, and says, I'll be back. I'm not even sure that's what I said, but I'm just gonna say that. Minato tells Kushina, I'll be back. Then he leaves the place. He leaves the chamber and says, I'll be back. See ya. Then he uses Flying Raijin to teleport to the Hokage's statues. He sees the tail beast. The tail beast fires a tail beast bomb. Then he uses Flying Raijin technique to teleport it to a cliff. It goes, and then blows up. Then the masked man appears from right here. Then the Minato, with his excellent reflexes, he senses him. Then turns around, has a kunai in his hand, about to slash him. Then it just slashes right through the masked man. He was confused, but he knew it had to be some type of jutsu. Then he uses Flying Raijin to teleport a couple miles away from the village. Then the masked man appears right behind him. Then they start fighting. Minato uses his Rasengan. And the masked man. The masked man appeared. The masked man. But his goal wasn't to hit the Rasengan. His goal was to do a contrast sealing jutsu, so he wouldn't be controlled the Nine Tails no more. But he falls for it. The jutsu goes right through the Rasengan. But he puts a counter jutsu on him. And then the jutsu. Then he goes all the way up. Then he actually wins the fight. He goes down. He goes back up. Then he puts the contrast sealing jutsu. Then he goes for an actual thing that he actually going for. And then the masked man has chains. He's trying to hit him with the chains. They run into each other. Then he's in the fighting range, go top, and then he hits the Rasengan on the masked man. Then he teleports somewhere, knowing that it was a jutsu again. But the Minato asks, "Are you Mata or Chiha?" And then he says, "What do you think? Who do you think I am?" The masked man says. Then he teleports away. Then Minato uses Flying Raijin to get back to the village. But he thinks about his son. He gets there, not worrying. Then he gets there, and sees the masked man stealing Kushina from the unsealing the nine-tailed beast from Kushina easily and sealing, and takes the Kushina, then puts the tail beast under his control, then ends it with a enchant, and then the third Hokage at the village sees the tail beast. Then he tells all Jonin and Chunin the fight. Anbu, everybody's fighting the tail beast. He says, "Let's go in motion." The third Hokage starts fighting the tailed beast, the nine tails, and they fight and fight and fight. The war, and they fight, and then the third Hokage says, "Use fireball jutsu," and they all Joni and Chunin who knew how to use fireball jutsu fired it. Hit the tail beast. The tail beast was pretty injured. He said he felt that one. And then they use water style. Then they use they used shadow possession jutsu on the tail beast. Multiple shinobi did that jutsu. Holding down the tail beast for about 2 minutes. They had 2 minutes to hold it down because they said they couldn't hold it down for too much longer. So they wondered. They did the jutsu, trying to find a way to beat him. They said there had to be a way. And then they started beating the ceiling. And then the fourth Hokage appears from nowhere. Using the flying Raijin, he teleports to the village and asks the third Hokage if he's good. He said he is. And then they said they need the seal of nine tails into somebody. And then they said, "I'll seal into my son." "How you gonna put that much chakra?" He said, "I'll use a sealing jutsu, but I don't want to die. But if it comes down to it, I will use the Reaper sealing jutsu. So don't worry about it for real." Then he goes and starts fighting. Then he goes, grabs the son. Then sends the tail beast. Kushina uses her chains to hold the tail beast down. Then Minato starts preparing the ceiling, planning to put 100% all in a newborn, knowing it's dangerous. But he didn't. But he will. He's not caring a bit about it. He will survive this, he said. And Kushina, he told her. Then they done with the tail beast. Then all Chunin appeared with the third hokayge and started holding down the tail beast so it wouldn't mess with the jutsu. And Masked Man came. They started fighting him for the Masked Man came. But Minato knew it was right because that's how much chakra was in his son. It was way more than the tailed beast had. It was about 20 times as much as the tailed beast had. So he knew he would survive. And then with his healing powers, and then Minato he said he wanted to, the Senju clan, he wanted the Chiha clan to give Naruto their Sharingan, and Minato knew about the Eternal Montage Sharingan and the Eternal EMS, so he basically asked for 2 Chiha. They sealed the 9 tails inside of Naruto 100%. Then he asked for 2 Uchiha. For 2 Uchiha to come here. Both of them came, and then they said, Lord 4, you said you want me to give give the eyes to the child, then I switch the eyes with him and give the eyes to him. And it said, Lord 4 said yes. Minato said yes. That is precisely what I want you to do. And then they say, okay. And then they do it. The baby in tears, singing from the pain of his eyes getting removed, and they put it back in. But he hasn't woken the Sharingan yet. But knowing but everybody looks in his eyes. And then out of nowhere, they say through an Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in his eyes. But then it disappears. It was just for a flash, but they knew he had the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in his eyes. So they didn't have to worry about anything. The Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, they fought. And then they said, this child will be so strong. Then Naruto decided not to use much of the chakra, any of the chakra of the tail beast unless critically necessary. Then time skip to when he's 10 to, okay, so we're gonna do, let's do 5 years old. 5 years old, at 5 years old, we're gonna do 4. 4 years old, he goes to to academy. He's very talented from his father, and actually, he doesn't flex no text, as everybody knows him, and everybody knows he's the 4th Hokage's son. No more. There will be no bullying for him ever. He actually is one of the strongest at the academy. He's number 1 and rookie of the year for the academy, and everybody's talking about him have a chance of being the next, being graduating on his first year. And then they had a preliminary fight just for fun. Everybody's fighting. Everybody said they challenged Sasuke to fight Naruto. But this time, Naruto dominated that fight. He went crazy. He didn't know that he had to use this much. He didn't even use much power. He never learned how to hold back any of his power. That's the problem. He wasn't going. He had so much stamina that he literally couldn't. He doesn't know how to stop it. He was just going mass all out. He knows how to control this chakra, so he only used about 5% thinking that Sasuke should be strong enough. Because he was a child, he just wanted to have a little bit of fun. He had about 5% of his power. He one-punched Sasuke into the wall. He literally, the fight was declared over. He had 5 broken ribs, shattering his bones. Sasuke had to go to the hospital for a month just to get the healing done. But it didn't take a month. It took a week. It took 1 week. Naruto gave him a little bit of chakra for healing, and then he healed almost instantly from then. But they said don't worry about it for a week. Even after that, they still said about it for a week. And Naruto said, okay, that's fine. They were all good. And then they said declare the fight. They said, and then they asked him to fight a Chunin. They said, come here, fight him. Then Naruto summoned 100 shadow clones out of nowhere. And then from his body, he learned Rasengan already. He only knows about 20 jutsu, but that's way more than normal child should know. That's a Jonin level move, or Rasengan, and he moves the Flying Raijin, but he hasn't mastered it yet. He's about half. He knows it half as mastered as Minato does, so he's like half the Yellow Flash basically, but he doesn't have all the power yet. Then the fourth Hokage, Minato's watching. It's his father. He says, my son is powerful. Don't let him go against the Chunin. His Chunin will surely die. Especially against one Rasengan was enough to kill. Was enough to really injure that stunning 100 he trained with. Jiraiya is his godfather, and Jiraiya trained with him for 2 years, and then one time he took one Rasengan, and he has a big scar. Jiraiya. It was only one, and Jiraiya wasn't right. Said that was too much. So get that Chunin out of there now. They said stop the fight, but Naruto was too cocky. The guy already got hit. That was the first person Naruto ever killed. He didn't know what happened. The guy stopped breathing. And people started covering him up, circling around it. Naruto said, what's going on? And his father told him that he killed him. He said, what? What you mean? I killed him. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Dad. I thought he was strong. You said he was a Chunin. And then he said, you are way stronger than any Chunin, son. The only reason we put in the academy so you got some friends. Got for no more child experience. So you wouldn't have to worry about being just a weirdo. So After this, you have to be careful, okay? The power level is beyond. You could destroy them all. And then they start. It's over. They start. Then okay. Then then Pete, and then then we see Naruto. They say, and then Minato tells him instantly, by the fourth Hokage, you're officially a genin. You'll be joining a team this year. In this case, he can't join this timeline. He will join Itachi Uchiha and Shisui Uchiha. Because they were never killed. And Itachi was so strong, so they put him on the scene. They joined his team. They were team 7. The other teams were strong too, but not even close. Then, cause for Hokage, it's not the Uchiha never get called out, so the clan never gets killed or nothing. But the power is pretty strong still. I wonder. What if? Naruto said, what if I win 100% of my power? He's asking Minato. And Minato said, if you win 100%, the whole world will be destroyed. So Minato told him Naruto. I'm sorry for the baby crying. That's my baby sister. She's very pretty. Okay. I see. Okay. And then he joins the top. They go on a B rank mission. The mission was to this time Zabuza and Haku never get killed. Just remember that. Haku and Zabuza never get killed. That means they last until their 5th. They last all the way up to Boruto, bro. Just remember that. Haku's gonna be adult. That means he gets to get his Tenkai Genkai to its max, and he's already a Jonin level shinobi. He becomes a beyond a Jonin level shinobi. Remember that. He's gonna be like a low hokayge level shinobi. Just got that. I'm about to take away my baby sister. Give me 1 second, please.
Want me? Want good. I'm killing the matter. Hey, I make that baby say ah. Give me 1 second, please. Make that baby say ah.
Something else.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, where was I? Okay. They going on a beam race. Okay. They going on a, yeah, I was speaking about all this other stuff. Okay. But on a they go on a B-rate mission where they have to, they go on a B-rate mission to what they do. Okay, I'll say that they go on a B-rate mission to to bodyguard. No, wait. It's gonna be yeah. Hold up. I think it'll be put on a B-ring mission to protect protect a pretty person, a rich man, a very wealthy man. Name is name is to name is is John. John 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 Viper. John Viper is the name. He has a son named he has a daughter named Tara Viper. She's a very strong shinobi, but her father actually stepdid her, and she always wanted to meet the fourth Hokage's son. She said, "Can I stay here? Stay here?" And John said, "Yeah, you can." For how? Can I just? And she's a 12-year-old. Remember that. Can I stay here? You are a She's a Jonin of the hidden leaf. She already was in the hidden leaf, but she was not known that much. That power, and then she challenges Naruto and says, and Tachi says, "Why not me?" It says, "I'll challenge you next, but I know Naruto's." Then I told Jinchuriki, said, "I know too." Then she starts fighting, and then they start fighting. Naruto, knowing that she's probably a Jonin, she says, "Go all out." He goes all out, and then she gets demolished without using any of Kurama's chakra. He's only using about 10% of his true chakra, not even really thinking about how she can probably get plummeted right now. His taijutsu skills are so good that he can rival the second Hokage in taijutsu, and he has Tsunade's strength. He has more strength than Tsunade as a child. That's very impressive. The power is unparalleled, but the interesting part would be the true power level is strong. I wonder, how would it be? And then he starts fighting. They start fighting each other at their max power. But Naruto still holds back anyway, only using 10%. Thinking that this Jonin couldn't be that strong, and he was right. The Jonin was a high level Jonin. She was strong, but Naruto was just that strong. One punch, the girl got flying, got hit in the face. Her head was, half of her head was cracked. She started screaming, knowing what just happened to her. She was screaming and said, this boy said, take me to the hospital immediately. Then her father said, I'm pretty sure you'll be safe. I'm definitely gonna be safe. John Viper said, knowing that they just took out his daughter. One was very strong too. And Naruto's thinking about making a clan called the Thunders. He asked his mom about making thunder cloaks for all of them, but he hasn't said he's the only member right now. He said he's trying to find them, but Akachi and Sushui already told their mom, and they said it's alright for them to join. Then they got their own cloaks too. And now they're called the Thunders. Instead of the Akatsuki clouds, it's going to be the Akatsuki and the Thunders. We're going to call them the we're going to make their name's going to be the Thunders. The super strong team where Naruto, the leader, with Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, who barely ever uses it unless he uses it. He says every single time he uses it every day. He says every time. He said he can use it up to, if he wanted to, he can use it forever. He said that's how much chakra he had. And then even if he had to plummet to his lowest chakra, he would just start using Kurama's chakra to hold it on. And I think Kurama has enough chakra to hold it on, just for a little bit. And Kurama's chakra is a lot. I'm pretty sure I can handle one. I'll probably never run out of chakra. They start fighting. And then the end. The world is not a peaceful place. Then they tell Naruto they want to teach him more jutsu. Naruto actually is one of the only ninja in the world who have all the elements. He has a couple Kenkai Genkai, and Naruto knew about the clans having very strong Senju clan have a lot very strong healing powers and would release. He asked for the DNA. We got it. And Naruto asked for already had Uzumaki, and he asked the last clan. He said, I don't really care about it. He said he just wanted every super strong Kenkai Genkai. He got lava release, will release, water release, lightning. He has all the releases, all jit, and he's really strong. And then he read the scroll, the first Hokage scroll. He learned Jirai, and then at the mission, instantly the girl got John Viper was protected, but John Viper was only watched by Itachi Uchiha and Shisui Uchiha. Those two said they didn't really care because they knew Naruto was way stronger than both of them. They said okay. Then Naruto started going. Then Naruto used to was going almost. Naruto said, "A tournament Gekyo." This is the last time you ever see my. This is you will always see my eyes like this now. And then he's the strong. And then he jumps his power level up to a god level. He's beyond a legend level. He's on the first Hokage level. Now he's beyond the first Hokage by the 20,000s. That's a real high power level for just somebody who just became a Genin at 5 years old. He was so strong. They had to make sure that they had to push the seal on Naruto. He told his dad that he kept talking to Kurama a lot, and told him that Kurama was and he told his father Minato that Kurama was about to said he should. Kurama said he's fine in his body. He said he likes it. And he told me the seal on Naruto beast in me because he said he wanted to have somebody to talk to, and Naruto be way stronger that way. But Naruto, and then he said that knowing that Naruto has 20 times as much chakra as me, and I'm the strongest kill beast. And now he actually has 100 times more chakra. Not 100 times. Naruto's gonna be way over OP. He's gonna have 500 times chakra than the 9 tail beast, and 100 times as much chakra as the 10 tails. Naruto never ran out of chakra in his life. And he's at the point where he could spam Rasengans without dying. The boy, and he learned how to make 2 billion shadow clone. He learned how to make 101 million shadow clones, and he learned how to. They're all as. And he learned how to make shadow clones to at least 50% of his real power. And those shadow clones are so strong that he summoned 100,000 of them. That's a whole army of god level, of shinobi level.
I'm good when I have to be.
Then he's so strong, they started going crazy.
Has been decided.
He was so strong, I couldn't believe it, they said. Then he just started training with Jiraiya to learn Sage Mode. Naruto said I would like to learn it. But then multiple of everything that Kakashi came to become teach him a lot of jutsu, all 1,000 jutsu that he knew. And he knew every jutsu of the first Hokage and mastered it. Especially the 1,000 cent, and he had locked Sage Mode by the time he was 7. He was 7 years old. Then he went to tuning exams. We all knew. We don't even have to discuss. The boy wiped the tuning exams. The boy made the tuning exams look like it was a basic test. When that test, many failed. The boy made that tuning exams look like it was a puny exams. He was that bad. He started going crazy, and as he got crazy, he already knew that he was the first Kage. It was a bug, yo! I told you, girl, the clock.
Science has already disproven eating fat makes you fat. So, there you have it. Waffles are better than pancakes. And we know that's going to be the case.
Pancakes.
Okay, I'm back. Naruto. After time skip. David. Naruto learns Sage Mode all the way. Knows 1,000 jutsu, especially the Chidori and Rasengan. And he actually added one to it. And mastered. And learned about the Susanoo and mastered it. Full body Susanoo. And learned heaven. And he learned all fire style jutsu. He learned Fireball Jutsu, Firestyle Searing, Margarine, and Earth Final Shot, Magnet Style, Magnet Style, the Particle Style. He knows Particle Style, Atomic Diamond Jutsu. So all these lists on here, he knows all the Jutsu. Love, Roar. They were that strong. They made sure that he is the strongest shinobi. And by the time he was an adult, he was the strongest shinobi. He was 7 years old, 8 years old, and the strongest shinobi. His father announced him as a Jonin. His father asked him to be the Anbu, but he denied, saying that his life would be ruined. He doesn't want to go there, because he said, I'm way too strong. I want to be a Hokage like you, Dad. And then we go to we're going to do a 5 years time skip. Itachi knows a Mangekyo, learning from Naruto and Lil Susanoo. And then, hold it. Yeah, okay. Then, we're going to do I got 5 years, girl. Yeah, 5 years don't work. Okay, the 5 years. At the Chunin exams, Naruto already a Jonin, but at the Chunin finals, Uchimaru comes. He shows himself at the final guy against Gaara and Sasuke. Naruto uses his final. Naruto appears out of nowhere using final energy. He's beyond his final energy now. Just telling you guys that now. He uses final energy, comes out of nowhere, and uses Fireball Jutsu Phoenix. And it was so big they couldn't stop. And Naruto was known as the Tournament Gekyo Shinobi. Oh, this is where he is? He actually is really late. I'll call him. Come on, Dad, yo. I'll take your girl. I am a legend. I don't play no games because Naruto is blessed. This is fireball just hits Uchimaru. Let's say Uchimaru is burnt to a crisp. Uchimaru doesn't even have the chance to a new vessel. He's dead. Uchimaru is killed on the spot. And he's turning on Gagil to stop time for a second. For about 40 seconds. It's that fun to watch around, see his move. Then he kills him with his phoenix. His fireball just his phoenix. He kills him. With his jutsu, he doesn't just kill him. He ends. That means one, Sasuke in the fourth of death never gets hit by the curse mark and never goes to Uchimaru because the boy had no interest in Sasuke. His interest was never in Sasuke. It was in Naruto. But he never got his hands on Naruto because he knew he was too strong. And Naruto came period and that's good of Phoenix Jutsu. Watch Phoenix Jutsu. He was a master on everything. Everything. And he knew every jutsu in this world. He knew over 100,000 jutsu. And then they said he couldn't learn that much. The reason he knew so much because one, Naruto was immortal. The Naruto realm will not allow this, but let's say in this case, he uses his chakra to look younger, but the boy can extend his life with his chakra. Right now, he can extend his life up to 2 billion years old. He already did it. And then not to even take 2 billion zeros later, got one of his chakra. Oh, and right now, he has 2 billion times more chakra than the first Hokage. Okay, this is where we're gonna leave it off, cause these are parts. I ain't gonna make a long part, and then y'all won't come back. So, I'll see ya tomorrow. Knowing this joint will get posted, cause the last one didn't appear on YouTube that I made. I made a second one. I made the first one earlier, but it didn't appear on my channel. But this one did. So don't worry. I'm about to start blazing. I'm about to start crisping. I'm about to go crazy with your girl because she already screaming. She started to pissing. I'm about to take your girl like she an instinct. I'm about to be crazy on listing. I'm doing so much money. They already started in the rain because I am like a listing. Hey, I don't play no games. I was about to go Kumain. I'm about to leave because I'm about to hit a bang.